Thomas and Friends, Wooden Railway Originals, Episode 30, A Scottish Reunion. It was a beautiful day on the island of Sir, and Thomas and Donald were sitting in the works, waiting for someone to come. Just then, Austin pulled into the yard. Sir Topham Hatt stepped out. He then walked over to Thomas and Donald. "Hello, Thomas and Donald." "Hello, sir. Good morning, sir," Thomas said. "Good morning, sir," Donald said. "Now, Donald," Sir Topham Hatt said, "me and Austin just arrived back from the other railway to pick up the part that you needed to be fixed. Now, the workmen will unload the package as soon as me and Austin leave, and then they will be able to fix it," Sir Topham Hatt said. "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir," Donald said. "And Thomas, your smoke box will be cleaned out, and then you will be able to return to work," Sir Topham Hatt said. "Oh, thank you, sir. How lovely, sir," Thomas said. Sir Topham Hatt then boarded Austin. Then the cargo car was uncoupled, and Austin puffed away. The workmen started unloading the package. Inside the package was the front of an engine. After Donald had an accident with some trucks that Holly left on the main line, his front had been bent very badly, and Sir Topham Hatt and Austin went to the other railway to pick up parts for Donald. Two workmen started working on Douglas's front, while another started to clean out Thomas's smoke box. By the end of the day, Thomas's smoke box had been cleaned, and he was ready to go back to work. "Goodbye, Donald. See you later," Thomas said, and he walked away. The other two workmen worked into the night to fix Donald. By the next day at tea time, Donald was ready to go from the works. "You're fixed now, Donald. Now please go and get ready for work," the workman said. "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir," Donald said. Then Donald puffed under the coal hopper to collect more coal. Then he puffed away quickly and excitedly to get back to work. Then Donald coupled up to a slow goods train and puffed out of the yard. Donald was enjoying himself enormously. Donald soon arrived at the junction, where he met Toby. "Hello, Donald. Long time no see, my friend," Toby said. "Oh yes, Toby. The works was horrible and boring," Donald said. "What you got there, Toby?" Donald said. "Oh, just a dairy train," Toby said. Said a cow. "All right, Toby. I better get going. This train doesn't push itself, you know," Donald said, and he puffed away. Later, Donald arrived at the docks. Donald was then uncoupled from the train. Then Then Henry came up and shunted the train.
Hello, Donald. Nice to see you. Glad to hear you came out of the works, Henry said.
Oh, hello, Henry. Oh, yes, I'm very happy indeed that I'm out of the works. Horrid place, Donald said. Then Duck arrived to pick up the empty freight cars to take back to Edward's yard.
Why, hello, Donald. Nice to see that you're out and about again. Less work for us, all of us indeed, Duck said.
Oh, yes, Duck, Donald said.
But I better get going. Edward wants these cars back at the yard. Pronto. Bye, Duck said, as he puffed away.
Hey, Henry, you know where Dougie is? Donald asked.
Oh, he took a train up to Vigorstown. He'll be gone all day. He'll come back later this afternoon, Henry said.
Oh, said Donald. Okay, Henry, thanks, Donald said. I was planning on having a party for Dougie, Donald said.
Where at? Henry said. Me and everyone else can help you out, Henry said.
Oh, I was thinking at Tim's sheds. Great place. Lots of room for all the engines to come.
And you want it to be a surprise party, right? Henry said.
Oh, yes, of course, Henry, Donald said.
Okay, after I finish getting this freight train shunted, I'll start telling other engines about the party. At tea time, right? Henry said.
Yes, I'll start telling other engines too. But don't tell Dougie, Donald said.
Okay, Henry said.
All right, Henry. See you later, Donald said, and he puffed away excitedly. Donald then headed to the yard, where Edward and some of the other engines were.
Hello, Donald. Nice to see you, Edward said.
Hello, Edward. Nice to see you too. Hello, everyone. Listen up, please. Very important, Donald said.
Some of the engines got closer to Donald to listen.
Hello, everyone. There's to be a party, a surprise party for Douglas today at Tidmouth Sheds at tea time, Donald said.
Okay, said all the other engines.
I'll be there for sure, Austin said. You can count on me to be there too, Edward said.
I'll try and be there, Duck said.
I might be a little late, Diesel said, but I'll try and be there, he said. Okay, thanks a lot, Donald said. And he puffed away quickly. Soon, all the engines on the island knew about the surprise party, and everyone swore not to tell Douglas. It was 10 minutes until tea time, and some of the engines had already arrived at Tidmouth Sheds. The engines were very excited. They began talking with each other until some of the other engines arrived. What is going on here? James said as he puffed out of his shed. James had been put in his shed after he sabotaged Douglas and Edward's trains. We're having a surprise party for Dougie, Donald said. Pah! This is gonna be one boring surprise party, James said, and he went back in his shed to be left alone. It was tea time finally, and all the engines were at the Tidmouth Sheds. Then Douglas arrived at the sheds. Surprise! Said Donald. Oh, Donald's here! What a surprise! Douglas said. Then Douglas took place in the shed beside Henry. Thank you for throwing me this surprise party, Donald. It was very nice of you, Douglas said. Oh, no problem, Dougie, Donald said. I just got out of the works today, and Douglas said, while he was cut off by something in the distance. Just then, 2 yellow engines came down in a line that none of the other engines had ever seen before. Sir Topham Hatt then stepped out. Ah, nice to see that Donald is out of the works, and Douglas just came back from Vicarstown. This was planned very, very well, Sir Topham Hatt said. Planned, said Donald. Planned, said Dougie. Yes, this was planned, said Sir Topham Hatt. Donald was coming out of the works, so I sent Douglas to take a load of goods to Vicarstown. This was thought out very well by me and my accomplices. Accomplices, said Donald. Yes, me and some of the other engines were planning on having a party for you two. Sir Topham Hatt said. Party? Said Douglas. Yes, me and my accomplices had planned this party since you two have become reunited again. Sir Topham Hatt said. Who are ye accomplices? Donald said. Well, Sir Topham Hatt said. Henry, Daisy, Thomas, Duck, and Edward, Sir Topham Hatt said. Now, let the Scottish reunion take place, Sir Topham Hatt said. But who are these new engines, sir? Holly asked. Well, very good question, Holly, Sir Topham Hatt said.